What's up, everybody? It's Sid and Millie. We're back with another movie review.
Yeah.
Or two.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about two films that we watched recently. They are both in the horror category. So this is kind of what we've been into right now. That's kind of our vibe, like the horror films. So yeah, we're going to chat about that a little bit.
Yes.
So the two movies were...
The two movies that we watched were Insidious, The Red Door, right? I don't remember what number that is, but we watched that one, and then we watched a movie called Together.
Right, with one of the Franco brothers.
Yes. So,
yeah, all right, well, let's chat about Together first,
okay.
Just because it's more top of mind since
we
watched it literally last night.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, how would you rate that movie on a horror,
on a
scary
horror
level,
scale?
or a horror scale?
Okay.
You've seen a lot more horror movies than I have. So.
I would say on a horror scale, maybe like a 5.
Okay,
maybe a 4.
Not too crazy.
Nah, I mean, obviously there were some scary moments, some tense moments where you're like, oh, what is happening?
Yeah.
But we also were kind of chatting about how weak the storyline was.
Yeah, literally.
Because we just didn't get any backstory really on the curse or what or why this is happening, or
and we also skipped over some of one of the main characters personal trauma,
right? Yeah, and that was scary. The parts where he was seeing spoilers incoming, the parts where he was seeing the old woman that was kind of like a zombie.
I hated that.
Those were some of the scariest parts of the film.
I didn't like that.
But yeah, I mean, I guess, what did you think of the concept of the merging?
Okay. I felt I thought that was really interesting. I mean, they definitely had some interesting decisions. They made some interesting decisions.
Terrible decisions. All right.
I just feel
now can I just stop you right there? Let's get into their terrible decisions in this movie together. What do you mean you're going to go hiking off trail in this new random place you just moved to?
And then it starts downpouring.
Who does that?
Who does that, first of all? Don't hike off trail.
And then it starts downpouring.
Yeah.
Did no one check the weather? Before a multi-hour hike, no one checked the weather.
Come on.
Got it.
Yeah, so there was that. That was the first thing. And then obviously he fell in the cave.
Right.
And then she tried to save him, which, come on,
pulled
girl.
her down
come on,
into
girl.
the cave.
Be for real.
She should have gone and got help.
I know. Duh. Come on.
That was so annoying.
I'm sorry, but for me, if Millie was slipping and I had to try and grab him and save him, we're both done.
It's just
there's just no
and it was a torrential downpour. It was pouring down rain.
Oh,
there was no chance she was saving the guy.
I mean, it was a noble idea, I guess. But going back, finding somewhere you have service, calling 911.
My husband fell in a cave.
Literally.
Movie ends.
Okay, yeah. So again, poor decision making. They both fall in the cave. And then they don't have water. So what do instead of going one night without drinking water?
They had a little bit of water, and then they had the bottle of wine.
Oh, did they have a bottle of wine?
They did have a bottle of wine, but conveniently for them, they had to quench the thirst first. So, homie decided to drink still cave water.
Cave water.
A big puddle in the middle of this cave that had all these scary roots going into it. And he decided to take mouthfuls and then fill up his water bottle.
He said, it's fine. Do you know what kind of parasites could be living in still cave water? Oh my god.
The movie should have ended 15 minutes after when they both started vomiting and diarrheaing to death.
I know.
But regardless, they decided to do the white thing and drink the still cave water on their mysterious unmarked hike that they decided to go on in the middle of a thunderstorm.
Fell in a cave.
And yeah, this is the cause of their downfall.
Yeah, literally. Because then next morning when they wake up, again, he had like a night terror.
Yeah, his night terrors were actually kind of scary.
Yeah, it was like horrifying. And then wakes up and it's bright daylight, and she's like, only you could sleep in a cave. And we're like, why didn't you wake him up?
Why are you letting bro sleep in a cave?
Girl,
isn't the first priority getting out of the cave?
Come on, why are we so comfortable in the cave?
Yeah, it was just like, that was just crazy.
And then they stuck together for the first time.
Right, yeah, when they like woke up in the cave, they like were stuck together, their legs. That was...
I didn't like the gory aspect. I don't like things.
What gory aspect?
I mean, the arms merge.
Oh, when their arms were merging.
No, I didn't like that.
Come on, stick your arm in my sleeve. Let's do it. It was kind of like this.
It was
This
like
was
this,
what was
and
happening.
You could see like
the
under the
bones
skin,
crunching.
like, with your hand.
Oh, sorry.
You could see like under the skin, like the arms going up together.
That's what it looked like, and then you were hearing like the crunchy bone sound.
I didn't like that.
Yeah,
I didn't like it.
Yeah, it wasn't the most pleasant thing. But again, it was just like up until that point, we have literally no clue like what's even happening.
I know.
Like when that started happening, like we were like, all right, I guess they're gonna end up like those dogs. I mean, like we were just like
the dogs.
Yeah, that was like the first scene in the film.
Oh my god, yeah.
But yeah, so that was that one. They ended up I guess we eventually did get a little backstory because somehow, again, she was a teacher and then only had to teach 2 days at school before getting the rest of the movie off. Never had to go back to the school. Literally. Neither did the other teacher, thankfully. Yeah, just it's just so dumb. And then again, like you go over, have this weird interaction with your fellow teacher, and then what happened? She left her keys there.
Yeah, she had to go get her keys.
So it was going back.
And then he went back to the cave.
Right, which is where we got a little bit of more information. Then we saw one of the failed things in the cave.
Because one of them did that.
And crazy. Yeah. But yeah, essentially at that point, you're knocking and ringing someone's doorbell and they don't answer. Does that give you permission to enter someone's house?
I know, she just went into his house.
No.
Hello?
Never.
Are you here? And then he had a movie or his wedding video playing in some room, and she's like, let me go watch this.
She goes to where her keys are. Her keys are not there. Massive red flag.
Yeah.
But what does she do? Follows the mysterious sound coming from the end of the long hallway. Yeah. And then sees a TV on. And are you a moth? You don't have to go towards the light in the TV to watch it. That was just crazy. So she wanders down the hallway.
And this is where we got some more info.
Right. A little bit. Yeah. I mean, it's just, I don't know. They just, the information just wasn't there.
Yeah, well, because it was okay, we learned that the site of the cave used to be some sort of church.
Right.
How much time has passed since then, first of all.
No
Second of all, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, this used to be some whole ceremony thing that this other teacher got married and then had a ceremony in the cave and him and his partner merged.
Right.
So they showed that.
Yeah, so that was all the backstory you get.
All you get.
The backstory was just a film. We just watched it in silence together, and then the guy popped out from the corner.
Yeah.
And was just that's happening to you now.
Literally.
And then, then he
cut her. And then she hit him after that.
And then when she hit him, then again, would have been a great opportunity for us to see the monstrosity, but of course not. It was just a shadow with a big head.
Yeah, kind of showing that the faces got pushed together or something.
Yeah. So yeah, it was alright. It wasn't.
And then the movie ended.
So they ended up merging. They did the merge.
They did the merge.
Franco did the merge to save his partner,
and then they
did a whole.
Oh yeah, I didn't like that, and
were...
it showed them like see, I didn't like that. It was yucky. And then they basically became man woman. Hey. That's literally how the movie ended, with them opening
Why did
the
they
door
put that in there
to the parents, and like you could obviously tell that they weren't like a woman or a man.
Yeah, and it's just like, guys, a parent would recognize their child.
Who the hell is that?
Literally, it didn't look anything like her, and it's her mom and dad. Like, they're gonna know that's not her. Like, just
man. That was an interesting ending.
That one.
The ending really, really took away any.
Yeah, as we've been talking about it more, my rating has actually dropped further down. I'm gonna go like 3/10 for horror.
Valid.
But yeah, there were some. I honestly thought the dreams that Franco was having,
that was scary.
Those were actually scary.
Like
they should have built on those a little bit more.
Yeah.
And like dug into his trauma a bit. I think that was a more interesting way to go about it.
Yeah.
He was already haunted before they fell in the cave. So like we had the whole story already, and we just abandoned that. So that was a little disappointing. And then also kind of like what we chatted about with Smile 2 in one of our other videos, like I'm here for the dreams and not knowing what's what, but I just feel like only to an extent.
Yeah.
Like
agreed.
we need to know what the characters are doing, and I feel like we want to have more of people getting haunted in real time, in real life, experiencing those things, and not just like waking up from a dream and being like, everything's all right now. It's just, I don't know. I just feel like, like have them actually experience that. I mean, dreams are scary, but it's still just like, I mean, it should. I don't know. I think it's a little bit lazy.
Yeah, so. I agree. Yeah, because then there's like no real consequences.
Yeah, exactly. Just like wakes up from his night terror.
I know.
It's like, all right, well, you had a little nightmare, buddy? You pee bed? You know, it's just like, come on, man. These are grown-ass adults.
I know. Oh my gosh.
All right. Well, anyway, that was our thoughts on Together, movie with Franco. Horror film, not super strong in the horror category at all. But we are now going to segue into
Insidious.
The Red Door.
The Red Door. That's the one where... That's the one where Dalton is going to college. If you haven't, if you're thinking about which one that is.
Yeah, facts. He goes to college. The poster for the movie's got a big red door. If that helps. But yeah, it's Insidious. That is a serious horror franchise. That is a serious horror franchise.
Yeah,
for sure.
And like a while ago, we were watching all of the movies in succession.
Yep.
And this one, we rewatched it the other day, but this one we had to literally stop it in the middle because we were like,
we were struggling.
I can't watch
this
right
one.
Now.
I would say
really.
I would say Insidious is this one specifically. I would put it towards like an 8 out of 10 for like horror. I think they didn't really hit you with any gore. There wasn't any like gore to the horror in it at all. But I think they do a really good job of building up those suspenseful, tense moments.
Yeah.
And definitely what do they call it? The further, like it's definitely very creepy because you're hearing all these sounds and the visibility is low because of that mist. So
I do like the blue hue.
Yeah,
which is cool.
I like the blue hue.
Yeah, that one, like, it makes my skin crawl.
Just thinking about it.
Like, him. I mean, because I think the stressful part is because they obviously don't know they've been hypnotized to, like, forget something.
Yeah.
And so then, like, when Dalton is in college in, like, his art class, his art teacher is basically hypnotizing him to dive deep into, like, his memories and dive further and further into himself and, like, dive into his subconscious. and like it's dredging up a lot of the things that he was hypnotized to forget.
Yeah, and I mean, I also don't remember when I was 10 years old. If that's any help for writers out there, I'm not sure of any adult that can remember an entire year of their life at any point in their lives. So
valid.
that was a little bit funny. That was like his fun fact for his new roommate. It was just like, I don't remember being 10. Neither do any of us. But anyway,
but
so
I guess he was in like the coma,
right?
But, like,
yeah,
hypnotized to forget.
But
yeah.
I just think that like going into adulthood, going to college, the dad like being in that fog for multiple years after, I think it is crazy that they didn't tell them. Why would you not tell them, hey, you have been hypnotized to forget a traumatic event that happened, but just so you know, this could happen to you.
I know. I feel like you're literally just leaving the door open for something to happen.
Which is exactly what happened.
And it's exactly what happened.
Bro, literally in his first art class, starts doing the painting after the teacher did her little countdown. And then the freaking hand jumped out and slapped his hand against the... Whew, that was crazy.
That
was
a little jump scare. Just thinking about it. Oh, I didn't
Insidious
like it.
Does hit you with those jump scares, which will have you like,
yeah,
get you in your fight or flight. Yeah, for real. So that one they really, I think, did them a disservice by not telling them, because the same thing started happening to the dad. He was like walking around the house, and then all of a sudden he was seeing like these creatures were like haunting him.
I know.
And it was because of his connection to the further, but he was not aware of it up until he literally got like pushed into the closet and then found that box.
Right.
Because that was the first time he went back in there.
Oh my gosh.
So,
I have chills while we're talking about this.
Yeah,
oh my
Insidious
gosh.
is crazy. I do too.
Really
Insidious
just
is
like,
crazy.
That one
so
really
the concept of like what they're working on, I think, is like really interesting. I think they did a really good job of building that suspense, building that tension. You know, I do think, people who can astral project and, do those sorts of things, I would assume it's probably not as like that,
like dark.
Yeah, like I guess like the one thing is like with astral projection, not that I've done that at all, but at least from like what we know about it in modern humans now, is that like you're essentially leaving this plane of existence, which I guess they did. But my question would be, why do they always end up down there in the bad place?
I know.
Like, is the only option to astral project to the realm of the dead?
I know.
The dead and the damned? Like, that's...
no positive astral projection
I know,
we could try.
Exactly. Can they ever just have, like, a calm dream where they just astral project and kick it? You know what I mean? Like, what up, Dad? The kids at college, let them catch up while they're sleeping and shit. I don't know.
Wait, that's so cute.
Right? But I don't know. I'm just like, why is it every time they end up there, something's trying to...
I know. Yeah. Ooh, I know, yeah. And like the whole friend situation.
Yeah. Look. What they do? Did they do that they had a black woman do it on purpose? We know she would have stopped hanging around that dangerous white boy after the first choking incident. Come on. Yeah. No way.
No.
You literally got choked almost to death by something unknown force that you could not see because your friend astral projected near you.
I know. I feel like her line should have been drawn when he went into her room.
At night and
that's how she found out about it.
That was crazy. First thing he does when he realizes he can go to that realm again is go into the... Yeah, that was a little sus. That was a little sus for sure.
Yeah, so that part,
yeah,
she could have made some better decisions.
Yeah, made some better friends, make a different friend. I know, yeah. They had to do it. They had to do it for the plot. Had to do it for the plot. But, and then, the instances where, like, his body was actually possessed by the thing.
Yeah,
that was definitely crazy. But yeah, I don't know, like, the further really does a really good job of like being really scary, like the realm itself that they've created. I think that they do a good job of doing that. Some of the storyline stuff outside of like the action is just like blah, but I do think like they do a really good job of the scary portions of that.
Yeah, I fully agree. Yeah, and I feel like Yeah, I don't know. I just think the whole aspect, I mean, obviously they had to do it for the plot, but the whole aspect of not telling them about like the hypnosis and like about what happened about what happened, because then it's like you're also lying to all of your children about what's happened in the past. Like the other kid that didn't get hypnotized, like you're like, oh yeah, that's not a real memory that you have.
I know,
like
gaslighting him for like a
years.
While. Yeah.
And then yeah, I just feel like it does everyone a disservice because now you're divorced, now your marriage is over, like now your kids don't trust you, like
I know, yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like if you went into the
concept.
Hypnosis, yeah, I know. If you went into the hypnosis and then like had conversations about it and were like, hey, by the way, this happened. We don't want it to happen again. So we hypnotized you to not go back. To not place.
Remember the traumatic events, but you should also try to avoid that. Yeah, that would have been very, very helpful for them. And then, like obviously the nun has been involved in the previous films. They brought her back for like one little second.
Oh, the
like,
old lady.
Yeah, like the old nun. I was just like, what are we doing? Like, is it the nun? Is it the red guy that looks like Darth Maul? Like, who's the bad guy here?
I guess it's like each of them had their own villain.
Well, right. Yeah, that's a good point. But I guess like in my head, I'm like, again, if you're creating the further as like, dang, every time I talk about it, I start getting chilly. But if you're creating this place as like this deep expanse of dark demons and damned people, like, I don't know, I would have hoped that maybe every movie it can be like someone else, that way there's like a little bit of closure. Like, can they beat somebody and then it be the next entity that they have to deal with that's come through,
right?
But yeah, bringing back like the nun again, I was like, I thought the old woman who passed away dealt with her, and now she's back again.
I know. Or was that just a memory? I don't know.
Who knows? But yeah, so the little red Darth Maul looking guy, looking through the hole in the door as the kid is.
Hopefully wait, is there another movie?
Yeah, there is. There's one called The Last Key, so that's on our radar.
I don't know if
we're gonna
have to. That one yet.
No,
we
the
haven't.
Red Door. Now we've got to watch The Last Key.
The Red Door.
Yeah. We made it through the second time though. Second time it wasn't nothing. It wasn't nothing the second time. All right, yeah. So we got to watch the Last Key, and then we'll report back, see what's going on in that one.
What we like.
But yeah, I think overall Insidious is pretty solid, pretty good scary films, and every time you're watching one, it's going to be serious. So
you got to prepare yourself.
Yeah. But yeah, so those were our thoughts on the last two scary movies we watched. It was Together and then Insidious Red Door.
Yep.
If you made it this far,
thanks for watching.
And we'll see you next time.
time.
Peace.
Bye.